Hi guys, and welcome back to Momma Jess Knits. I'm Jess, coming to you from Virginia. Today is March the 18th, 2025, and this is episode 55. You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook, all the things under Momma Jess Knits. All that will be listed down below underneath the more and more section. Just want to point out that this right here is not a moth. It's just a little spot on the curtain where they I guess, put a patch or something. There was maybe a hole in it or something. I don't know. It's been there forever. Not a moth. Have no fear. It is roughly 11:30-ish. I decided to film a podcast because I looked at all my whips and I was like, holy moly, I have a lot of whips. And I can't remember the last date that I podcast. I don't think I did one in February, but I could be wrong. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with my FOs. I do not have these on blockers because I need to get some smaller blockers, because I tried to put it on the big blockers, or the blockers that I have, the wooden blockers I have, and it just stretches them out and I don't like the way it looks. But I finished my Valentines, and there are two Valentines and Cherry Chapstick socks, so I can now put those in one of the boxes for the boxes of socks. You guys might hear the dogs. They're both right outside my door. Our golden shepherd is going up and down the hall. He's bugging our older dog. She is laying outside my door, and he doesn't want her laying there. He wants her to move on and go back to the living room. But so you might hear their pitter patter. You might hear one of them sigh, because if Bear lays down in front of my door, he's gonna sigh because he's not in here. He'll get over it. But yeah, so I can put these in a box of socks. This is my Valentine's colorway and my Cherry Chapstick mini for heels, toes, and cuffs. Guys, I actually got 2 pairs of socks out of one skein of my Valentine's colorway. I didn't have a whole lot left of it. I don't know where I've put my leftovers on that, but and I think I've even put it in a blanket or so. But yeah, so that's good to know, because I'm planning on making more of these that I will talk about later. All right, so there's that. We're just gonna set that there. I forgot the tag. Okay, well, my second finished object is my Tea is Terrific threads, the You're Still the One socks. So the main colorway here, the stripes, is Tia's Terrific threads. The heel and toe, I used my just pink colorway because I thought, well, that's a lot of pinks and reds. I think that would look good. So I just threw that in there to use for heels and toe. So yeah, and I bought this a year or two ago, actually. So these have been on needles for a little while. So I decided it's finally time to finish them and get them off needles. And I think the Valentine's ones, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I finished those in February. And I finished these in March. So I have finished 1 pair out of the mini that I want to finish in March. I have a goal to finish 3 pairs of socks a month for this year. And I am behind because I have a lot going on. But that is all of my finished objects for this podcast. I am going to show you a half-finished object that I just finished up this morning. Here we go. So my half-finished project is my March 2024 Mystery Colorways, or sock set. This is Tulip Fields is the main color here. The mini is Iris. So I use that for the cuffs, the heel, and the toe. So I just finished that up this morning. So I have one done, and I decided what I'm going to do. Like, I didn't write this down as like a goal or whatever, like I did some of my other stuff, but I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get my 2024 Mystery Club socks knit up. Sock sets knit up. And I'm also going to try to get them to where there's like both socks are on the needles at the same time. So not like on the same needle, but tandem. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So that takes me into my whips. So I do have the second sock on my needle, which I've had on the needle for a little bit. That's my little Lock and Lou gnome. Little mushroom gnome. I think he's holding a leaf, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's holding a little leaf. So I do have the second one on the go. I have, let's see here, 30 more rows of the leg to do. Then I'll start the heel. I had actually put aside like 5 project bags that I wanted to finish this month. It's just been a crazy month, so I don't know. I might get lucky if I finish 2 pairs of socks, or 3 pairs of socks this month. We'll see. Alright, so that is my first work in progress. Sorry if that gets a little loud. I'm trying to throw it back down in the bag. The second project I'm going to talk about, and I just realized I did not bring the second month of minis back here, but that's okay. I'll show it next time. I think I showed this on the last podcast. Actually, I know I did. So this is my Moon Glow, her Rainbow Club. The 2025 Rainbow Yarn Club. This is January's. So I'm still working on January's. I have a lot to go. But I have started my third color mini for my DK Weight Jelly Roll blanket. So there's that. Yes, I know that I said I was going to go light to dark. I'm seriously thinking about throwing that out because a lot of them, the colors look very similar, like super close. Like in person, in the skein, these two looked very close, but to me now this one's looking lighter than this one. And that's why I might throw the whole light to dark thing, dark to light, out and just grab them. But, yep, I'm on the third color. Got that much more of the ball to go. This I am just kind of picking up here and there and working on. Because I have like a million things going. I have a million things I want to knit. Alright, so we're going to put that aside. Oh, I just realized I did not show you guys my shirt. I posted a picture of me wearing this on Instagram, but I figured this is perfect because a lot of the socks that I'm knitting, I am doing the I Love Reading and sock knitting cowl that Denise from Oh my gosh. Earth Tones girl. Earth Tones or Earth Tones girl? It's Denise. She's doing a knit along right now. So yeah, I'm wearing my Reading Rainbow shirt. And I'm reading and knitting socks. Let's see. Actually, the socks the Tulip Field socks, I was reading last night and working on those. So, all right, the next whip I have, right now it's still small enough I can house it in this bag, but I know that it's going to get bigger and I'm not going to be able to keep it in this bag, but how adorable. This little bag is by Robin's Nest. Little Highland cows. I think I may have shown this on my last podcast. I'm not really sure, but how adorable is that? And in here right now, I have my northeasterly blanket. So here is that. And I've decided to use my row 1 minis for this blanket. So these are January's. So I marked it with the little, oh my gosh, Progress Keeper or whatever you want to call it, that came with January's. So when I start February's pack, I will put that one on. And I'm only on the second color. But I also decided something else while I'm doing the row 1. I did not bring it back here, but I have several Battenberg blankets planned. So I decided that I'm going to crochet 2 squares for each mini to do a Battenberg blanket as well. Because I'm obsessed with blankets. Hi, my name is Jessica and I'm addicted to knitting blankets. But it's coming along nicely. I haven't gotten much time to work on this, so it's just kind of one of those, kind of like the jelly roll. I'll just pull it out when I'm in the mood and go. But yeah. So I'm excited for that blanket. I actually started thinking about starting another northeasterly, but I've held off. I'm doing good. I need to pull one of my bags to put my DK Weight Moonglow Jelly Roll blanket in. I think I might use one of her bags that I got with an advent, because I've gotten 2 of her advents, so I think I'm going to do that. All right, let's see. I know that I talked about how each month I have a whole big basket, and each month I'm going to pull a bag out of it, because I have bags in there. I've pulled 12 bags. I think I actually have 14 in there, but definitely 12. And each month I'm going to pull a bag. It has yarn already caked up in there. It just needs needles to cast on and get going. So I pulled March's bag. I think I showed this already, but I'm not sure. So this was a Homespun house and a knitting unicorn. Yeah, knitting unicorns. This was like a collaboration that they did or something, or a kit that they put together. The yarn in here is not the yarn that was in the kit. I will say that. So Julia Knitter did a challenge or knit along that was knit a pair of socks in a week. I don't know what I was thinking, but I decided, why not? So I cast on a new pair of socks. Figured, why not use my March bag? So this is Toasted Marshmallow and Hibernate from a Homespun house. So I did use a Homespun house yarn. And I have, so this is Hibernate, this colorway. And I have that cast on. Oh my goodness. I'm halfway through the, oh my word. I'm halfway through the cuff on this one. And I only have the one cast on. I do have a second needle in here to, sorry guys, my nose is itching, to cast on the second cuff. And I have split the main skein of yarn, which is this. I have split that in two so that I can have two on the go at once. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't split the mini in two. I usually don't unless it's a full skein of yarn. Sorry, you're gonna hear the dogs barking. Who knows what's going on outside? All right, so there is that. Slide that down in that bag. There we go. February's cast on. I know that I talked about it, but I have not shown you since I cast it on. So here we go. Gosh, I think I'm gonna end up sneezing because my nose is just itching so bad. All right, Freckled Whimsy Ice Dancing, which was January 2024's Yarn Club yarn. And I did get it cast on in February, but that's all that I have done on it. Not even half the cuff. Honestly, I put it down in my backpack, which is what I carry around with me most of the time. And it got like pushed down to the bottom of the backpack and I just completely forgot about it. So I need to show that some love. And then January's bag that I cast on. Oh, that is in a Stitching the High Notes bag. I'm gonna try to talk about my bags. Oh, I forgot to show the Tulip Fields bag, which is a Bags by Awesome Granny bag with my little reading bear and hedgehogs, deer. Appropriate for my reading and knitting, sock knitting. The bag that my January yarn is in is Red Lady Creates bag. And that is a Ruby and Roses sock set. And the name of that one is, oh, here we go. The name of that sock set is Harvest Moon and Beauty Berry. And it's on her Plump Rose base, which is a 8515. And so this is sock 1. I need to put like a little progress keeper on there. This is sock 1. And this is sock 2. So this one I did split also into 2 cakes so that I could knit them tandem. I did not do the mini, of course. Did not do the mini. And so that's January's. January's is one of the bags that I wanted to finish this month because, you know, I'm 3 months behind. Let's see. I'm trying not to put like pressure on myself. I know I made like a whole list of stuff, like goals that I wanted to do and all that. But I know that if I put pressure on myself that it's not going to be enjoyable. And I enjoy knitting. So I'm trying not to stress myself out over it. And I've kind of come to the conclusion as to whatever gets done, gets done. So I also picked up this month, and this bag is a Ginger Snap Fibers bag. I probably won't change out of this bag just because I love these bags with the snaps on top, and I love that it has a little yarn cozy that holds my yarn so nicely. And if I have two socks down in there, one can go in the little yarn cozy and one can be outside of it and they don't get tangled up. So I love that. But this is, uh-oh, where's my tag? Oh, here it is. This is a Lolodidit, and this is one of her Hippo clubs. This is Hippos for February Amethyst, when she was doing her Hippos birthstones. And I am getting her Hippos monthly flowers. I just did not bring any of those back here to show. So I guess those will get shown whenever I work on them. I actually did not bring any yarns that I've gotten in the mail back here to show. All right, so let me flip this. So this is my sock that I have going. I've been working a little bit on this here and there. And this is going to be a sock that's going to go in a box of socks. So I'm trying to like balance working on socks for myself, working on box of socks. That's a mouthful. Let's try saying that 3 times fast. So I'm trying to balance that. And the problem is I'm finding like a lot of stuff I want to cast on for the box of socks. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to get some of these other ones off the needles before I can cast them on. And I'm going to show you 3 that are for box of socks that I want to cast on. All right, let's see. The next is in another Red's Lady Creates bag. I probably won't change out of this bag either because I love it. And in here is a Yarnable. I don't, let's see. Oh, it is in here. Okay, cool. This is Yarnable Born to be Mild. I'm not sure what year. This was before she started putting the years on it. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Oh, of course, this is a bag that I did not write the year on. Let's see here. Oh, September 2021. There we go. And I put in a little bit of work on that too. So it is coming along. I am chugging along on here, and it's got one of my little Lock and Lou gnomes on it. Little coffee bean holding gnome. Let's see here. I've got 25 more rows until I start the heel on that one. Oh, well, I just got that all tangled up, so I'm just going to put it down in there and deal with that later. All right. Next up. I'm running out of space in my bag. Okay, next up is in a knitted soiree bag. And yes, it is very fall. And once you see the yarn that's inside, you'll get it. This is my September mystery yarn from 2024. This is going to be going in a box of socks because one of my daughters, at least one of them, maybe 2, but one for sure, wanted socks knit out of this. So there we go. It's getting a little blown out. But it is a very pretty orange with like some orange and reds. Orangey red. And my Vixen colorway for the cuffs. And I'm going to do heels and toes for that. And I just took a needle when I finished the Your Still the One socks. I put the needle down in here to start the second sock, but I have not started it yet. So I need to get on that. But I am 30 rows away from doing the heel. So that would be 3 socks for my boxes of socks that I have going, that I've shown so far. Wait. All right. 2. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the third one. So. All right. Let's see here. Next up, in a Cozy Skyco bag. I love this little snowman. So cute. I have... Uh-oh, where's the tag? Where's the tag? Here we go. Legacy Fiber Arts. They're Champagne Kisses, which was a New Year's Eve cast on their Still Toes base. And I have, this is, oops, I need to divide this skein. I have not yet. But this is sock number, there we go, sock number 1 with my little New Year's Eve gnome from Lock and Lou. Can you guys tell that I'm a little obsessed with Lock and Lou's gnomes? So I have that just barely into the leg. But I do have the second cuff done. I'm just waiting on being able to split that cake of yarn so that I can start this. But there's my other little New Year's Eve gnome. So cute. And this sock set came with this little mini that I'm going to use for the heels. I mean the cuffs. Maybe the toes. I'm still trying to decide exactly how I'm going to do this, or if I'm going to try to get 2 pairs of socks. Still going back and forth because I thought about making 2 pairs, but I don't know. And then this is the other mini that it came with. So, yeah. So, yeah. Very pretty. All right. So I worked a little bit on that the other day, mostly finishing up the second cuff. Now I need to get cracking on the leg of this so that I can divide this skein so I can get going on the leg of the second sock. All right, let me put all this back down in the bags. And if I do 2 pairs of socks, then one of the socks will go into a box of socks, and then the one will be for myself. So there's that. Please don't fall all over the place. There we go. This is definitely for a box of socks, and it is in a Ginger Snap Fibers bag. This pair is, my girls already know that they're getting these socks. I bought this yarn years ago. All my girls love Nightmare Before Christmas, and Felici had some socks, Knit Picks Felici, in the Sally colorway. I've only made 1 out of 5 of my daughters a pair of socks from this colorway, so decided it's time to get cracking. So here is sock number 1 with a little pitter patter polymer charm on it. A little orange cat with a little heart pat of butter, because the daughter these are for has an orange cat. I don't think they watch my podcast, so I'm okay. Even if they do, they'll forget. Here is sock number 2. I am just barely onto the leg of this one. And still have about 35 rows left on this one for the leg, so there they are. I'd love to get this done this month, but I might be able to though, because next week is our spring break. I do have a couple of doctor's appointments that I have to take people to and go to. So I will have that knitting, and with it being spring break, I should have some extra knitting time during the day, I hope. Fingers crossed, I hope. But all right, so that is all of the socks that I am currently working on. And now I'm going to show you in my Barley and Pearls bag, or Barley Pearls bag rather. Love this one. I should have some socks in this one for the I love reading and knitting. Oh, and I'm also doing Tia's Terrific Threads is doing a spring sock knit along as well. So my tulip fields, I am putting in that as well. So kind of get to put that in too. In this bag though, I have my Harlow hat. And Harlow is a pattern by Andrea Mowry. I am doing the worsted weight Harlow hat. And I have gotten a good bit done since you guys saw it last. So this is my first try at brioche knitting. I did make a little bit of a mistake. If you could probably see it from there. Right here. Like 4 little, whatever you want to call it. Not stitches, because it's a little bit more than 4, but yeah. I'm not correcting it. And the reason why I'm not is because the brim is going to be folded up, most likely, and it will cover that mistake. So, I'm not worried about it. And the yarn for this is Malabrigo. Let's see if I can find it. And Hollyhock, I know that for sure, is the purplish color. And then the grayish color is Gris, I believe is how you say it. There we go. There we go. So yeah, that's coming along. I've got a couple more, I think 2.5 more inches to go before I start the decreases. But yeah, and my little stitch stoppers match my hat because they're gray and purple. Love it. Yes, I know they're Halloween. I don't care. So there's that. And then, okay, so this might get a little bit crinkly because I've got yarn sorted out into Ziplocs so that I can keep it together and I don't have a huge yarn tangle mess. But being housed in a Bags by Awesome granny bag, yes, I know, it has snowmen and we're almost in spring. It's fine. I have a bag coming. I'll probably swap it out. We'll see. We shall see. I have my reading shawl by Kay Jones from the Bakery Bear. And I am on color number 6 of this shawl. So I have 6 colors picked out that are my hand-dyed yarns, and I'm going to repeat the 6 colors twice. And then of course I have a main color. So I'm on the 6th color, which means I have a repeat of each color coming. But I'm going to, and now this is kind of squished up on my needle because It's huge. I'm now at over 300 stitches. I'm like, maybe 350. Yeah, I think at 350, maybe more. But here is my shawl. There's half of it here. We're just gonna do this. There's half of it. And I don't think I can get the full thing in there. But as you can see, it is scrunched up on the needle. I think I've got like a 60-inch cord on it right now, so I don't have a bigger cord that I can put it on, so it's just gonna have to be scrunched up. But it's got my little book, because my reading shawl, from Twin Mountain. So now I need to move that up because I have shown this on my podcast. Oh, so yeah, that's where I was last podcast. So I've gotten color 5 done, a main color stripe in between, and I think I'm on the 3rd or 4th row of the color number 6, which you can't really see, but that color is Heidi. My colorway Heidi. All right, so we're gonna move this up to here so I don't forget to do it. And this originally was going to be my 30 minutes of knitting a day, but the rows have gotten so long that it takes me longer than 30 minutes to do, or it takes me about 30 minutes to do a row. So I decided not to have that be my 30 minutes of knitting a day. Excuse me. To make it just my, try to pull it out here and there and work on it. Excuse me. Originally, I wanted it done by the end of April. Don't think that's going to happen, but I'm going to keep plugging away on it. And it's fine. It's a self-imposed goal, so whatever. Oh, and my little, I have to show you my stitch stoppers. These are from Fox and Pine, I believe. Well, the other ones are too, but so cute. My little Highland cows. All right. So yeah, there it is. In half, scrunched up on the needle. All right, now we're gonna put this back down in my bag. Oh, goodness. All right, and that's all the works in progress I have. I mean, obviously I have like a bajillion more going, but that's what I have been working on the end of February and for March. So up next, I may have, no, I don't think I did talk about it. So up next, I have some yarn in here that I want to cast on. This is a Wandering Pearls bag, and I absolutely love it. Right? Is this Wandering Pearl? I'm looking for her little... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is with a Wandering Pearl. Yeah, oh yeah, right there. She does like a little embroider on the inside, and I'm trying to find where that is, because I think that's just the cutest little thing ever. I love it, but I cannot find it at the moment. Anyway, in here I have some Wonderland yarns, and they're confetti, and the colorway is Looking Glass. So I already have that split in two, and it's got a little bit of sparkle, which you should be able to see because I am catching it on the screen. So I got to get these cast on. I have 2 needles down in here, so I just need to get them cast on. Need to get going on them. And those will be for a box of socks. And then I also have in a robin's nest bag that matches my little one, my little Highland cows and the baby. I have a Legacy Fiber Arts set, one of their Valentines that is Kiss That Frog on their steel toes. And once again, I have that divided, ready to go. I have 2 needles down in here. I need to cast on. I didn't get their sock set because the green that came with it, I'm pretty sure is this green. And I had an extra mini here at home from my February sets. So just threw that in there and I figured I'd use that. So there, and that's going to go in a box of socks. And so is this next one, which is in a Ginger Snap Fibers bag. Yes, Valentine's. Why? Because there's Valentine's yarn in here. So I have 3 more girls to make the Valentine's and Cherry Chapstick socks for. I want to, I don't know if I'm going to or not for sure. I was going to make myself a pair also, but I will of course do that after I finish my girls. And then one of my girls does not want this. She wants some socks made in one of my blue yarns. So in this bag, I have a full skein of Cherry Chapstick and a full skein of Valentine's. So I need to cast that on. There's also 2 needles down in here. So I need to get those cast on so I can get started, because that will go in a box of socks. So yeah, that's my plans. And then, of course, when April 1st rolls around, I'll grab another bag and try to get that cast on. Other than that, that's pretty much all my plans. I'm just going to continue to kind of work on whatever I feel like working on. Try not to put too much pressure on myself. I do want... The only pressure I'm going to put on myself is to make sure that I have at least 1 pair of socks cast on for everybody who I'm making a box of socks for. So I have 2, 3... I have 4 more that I need to cast on, because I only have 4 going and I have 8 people. Yeah, 8 people that I'm making boxes of socks for. So, yeah, I have 4 more I need to get cast on. So, maybe I will take like a day, 4 days next week during spring break and be like, okay, Monday I'm going to cast these on. Tuesday I'm going to cast these on. Wednesday I'm going to cast these on. Thursday I'm going to cast on the other one that I did not bring back here to show. And that way I at least have them cast on. Trying to think. This month I have been busy with dyeing up Some Like It Bright. I had a pre-order up in the shop for that. I think there might be 1 skein left in the pre-order. And if you order that skein, it'll go out probably by the end of this week, beginning of next week, because I'm getting ready to throw some of that in the dye pans, and then I'll be done with that pre-order. And then I've been dyeing March's mystery colorway, which almost all of that has gone out. Getting ready to send the last bit of that out, at least the last bit that hasn't been ordered with April's mystery yarn. So if you want to order March's mystery. There are a couple of single skeins left, and maybe, I think, one sock set left, maybe. And then April's pre-order is up in my Etsy shop. So I've been doing that, and I have been dyeing test colors for our Virginia Crawl colorway, which is coming up the end of May. But, you know, I got to get yarn dyed up and ideas and all of that ahead of time so that shop samples can get knit up. So I think I'm good on that. I will have to order yarn to, of course, dye all that up in the near future when we figure out numbers. I think that's it. I think that's all that I've had going on. Watching, my husband and I are still re-watching old episodes of Survivor, or old seasons. We have not started the new season yet. I need to, but we have not done that yet. I am still watching ER. I'm on season 12 now. I think there's 13 or 14 seasons. I think. Could be wrong. So I'm watching that. I've been watching some trash TV, like, shows like Love is Blind, Perfect Match, and, you know, reality trash TV. Not really watching, more just kind of listening. Been listening to audiobooks. I've read 10 books so far this year. Either read or listened to 10 books. The last one I just finished up was The Invitation by Lucy Foley, which it was pretty good. I still have not found the oh wow, that's the best book I've read so far this year book. I have high hopes. I have a couple books that are on my list to be read that, you know, people have raved about. So I do have some books that I'm going to get to. I am currently reading on my Kindle The Couple Next Door. And at first I was like, this book is dragging. Like, okay, I get what's going on. Like, can we move it along a little bit faster? And then finally last night I was like, oh, well, here we go. There's a twist. So I'm about 40-ish. Yeah, about 40%, maybe a little bit over 40% through that book on my Kindle. I'm going to be listening to The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna here soon. I can't think of who The Couple Next Door is by, you guys. I'm sorry. And I'm trying to think. Physical book. I am not reading a physical book right now. I have my Kindle and audio books that I'm listening to. I mean, I have some physical books that I have been reading, but I haven't picked them up. Like the second book in the Virgin River series. I know that's beside my chair in the living room to pick up and read. I did get 2 books from the library, so I need to read those. Bear, stop. I told you, he keeps harassing our other dog. So he wants her to go get on the couch instead of laying in the hall. So that's why he's barking at her. She doesn't want to. Anyway, since he has started barking, he's going to continue to bark here in a few minutes because I can hear his little paws out there. So he's not giving up on making her move to the couch. So I'm going to jump off here, and I hope you guys have a good day and happy knitting. Bye.